Good morning, No Man's Sky fans, travelers, and interlopers. Welcome to episode 24 of NMS's Life, where No Man's Sky is more than just a game, it's a way of life. I'm Cloud Runner. With me, as always, is my friend and fellow host, DG Cr. Good morning, DG.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Cloud Runner.
Yes, sir. So, Deej, this will be our last show before the holiday season. So we're just going to talk some No Man's Sky. We're going to talk some updates. Actually, you were streaming this morning, I noticed. How did that go?
Indeed, I was. It went well. It was a late night stream thing. So it was good. I had, Nerd League keeping me company in the early morning, and it was a lot of fun. We just did some exploring and zoology and stuff for the community missions. It was nice.
Yeah, the community missions. So now that that's underway, I noticed there's 3 options that you can take now, right? There's what did you go with?
Okay, well, there's the discovery, there's exploration, and sentinels.
Oh, and then
I think
combat.
is the 3.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's right. Yeah, no, there's locate rare materials. Right.
Oh, okay. Right.
So I did the locate the rare materials the previous night. Easy, right? You just find an extreme planet, wait for a storm, collect the stuff, and onward you go. Tonight I tried the exploration, and on like 5 planets, discover them, and that's it. The zoology I just did because, well, it's fun, and yeah. So that's what we did.
You can switch it, right? Because it's daily, I think.
It's daily. You can switch it each day, but once you're locked in for that day, and you can't change it from there. I haven't tried the Sentinel one yet. I skipped a day because I was really busy with real life stuff. But be interesting. I'm guessing there's probably a bunch of Sentinels you got to kill. Do a bat something. Try that tomorrow, maybe.
How cool is that, though? That you can you're not locked into it. Like, you can change it up every day and do.
It's a little bit different. Yeah, you get like 250 Quicksilver instead of the usual 1,500.
Yeah.
I think. So it's based on, like, I guess a whole week of stuff, right? But I skipped a day, so I guess it would have been 1,250, something like that. So I guess there's one more day coming up.
Yeah, good.
So hopefully there'll be a way to earn more after the event, or I don't know, because there's all those tiers we haven't ranked up yet, and we're still, at least PS4 is still in tier 1. Not even.
Yeah.
There's got to, they're completing more.
It seemed last time that it picked up speed like midway through, at least on PC. I felt like it was moving slowly in the start, and I remember thinking, like, oh my god, we're never gonna get to tier 3. But it just opened up like halfway through tier 2. All of a sudden it just seemed like I turned on my PC the next day and boom, there it was. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, I can't help but wonder if maybe it wasn't updating correctly, and then when finally they got those little bugs worked out, it just, everything sort of clicked together really quickly and updated all at once. Maybe I noticed that too. Tier 1 took forever, and then tier 2 picked up the pace quite a bit, and tier 3 we finished off very quickly. Maybe it's designed that way, that the first tier just takes a long time to get through.
Yeah,
we'll see in this one here, because it's been a week and we're still over tier 1. So really interesting how they've changed it up a little bit. I like that, how they're changing the community missions up. They're not all the same. They're using different characters from the Space Anomaly, and different missions with different ways of achieving the goal, which is really kind of fun. So I'm looking forward to maybe community joint co-op missions. Might be kind of fun.
That would be cool. Yeah,
you have to think there's got to be a space battle in there somewhere. That would be kind of fun. I would like to try that. Yeah, I'm really excited for those community. I wish I could give them more time, but 'tis the season.
Yeah, that's the other thing too, right? I know a lot of people will probably be on hiatus throughout the holidays, so I wonder if they're going to continue through the holiday season with their weeklies, because if it's based on the community now driving it forward, if no one's going to be around, I don't know.
Well, yeah, yes and no, right? I mean, yeah, people are taking a great influx of new players too. You have to imagine over Christmas, some people are going to get the game, and maybe a whole new consoles, the whole right, and that would lend itself very nicely for a little bit of game time for people to get to know the game and some of the community events that are taking place in the game. I don't know. I got a sneaking suspicion there's going to be an update thrown out there right before Christmas or just after Christmas.
Yeah, in or around would be nice.
We're getting used to them now. We've been getting a lot of updates, way more than we've ever had in such a quick succession.
Yeah.
So yeah, you never know. Something could be coming down the pipes really big, or maybe just another little small one. I don't know. Hard. I'm still hoping for those multiple multi-tools.
Yeah, I think they're coming. They got to be coming. I think that's that's been on everyone's list, like at least top 3, top 5 on everyone's list for years.
There's got to be
like since day one.
There's got to be a way. You're able to have multiple ships, by obtaining a freighter. So, there's got to be like a workbench that you have to build or something to be able to
just store them.
Store multiple. There's got to be a way somehow, somewhere.
God, could you imagine dual wielding multi-tool pistols?
I don't know about dual wielding, but even just having specialty tools. Like one day I feel like this one, or another day I might feel like a different one, or maybe I'm entering one of those PvP combat arenas like what Cobra TV has. I want a specific weapon for that. Just different stuff, mining. Killing Sentinel.
It would be nice.
Whatever.
And just to have like one, sleek sci-fi looking one, then maybe one of the other ones that are the prehistoric looking things with the crystals and the spikes. It would be nice to have different looks, let alone the build itself. But yeah. Yeah,
or maybe even custom. How much customization is available. You risk taking some of the fun out of finding these unique tools if you put too much customization in. So we'll have to see about that. Because I'm a little worried about the ships, right? We have a feeling that that's one of the updates that might be coming. If that's the case, what is it? Is it just going to be colors, like what we do with the color palette of our exosuit, or will it be something drastic where add slots or switch out components like wings or something? I have no idea, but I'm excited to find out. My hobby is ship buying, so
yeah, no, I'm excited as well. It'd be neat to see what they bring to the table, whether it's before Christmas or after.
I'm looking forward to just about.
Yeah,
I do think we're gonna some great.
I think we're gonna see something in the new year.
I think so. I think we'll take off again. Just it seems to go in ebbs and flows with No Man's Sky. Each update brings in an influx of and popularity, and then it sort of dies off a little bit, and then picks up. And it's a very unique game. I've never played anyone like it, where it keeps refreshing itself. Almost each update brings it to a level of almost being a new game.
Yeah, it really does, man. There are certain updates they've had that have definitely been game changing, not just cool added things, but like actually game changing. And I wonder if we'll ever see that again. I think as far as building the huge updates, like I think we might see 1 or 2 more of those, but I think they're gonna start focusing now on these weekly and global events and stuff like that. But they're not done. They're not done with the big updates. But
they have been developing new games too. So,
that's right.
Hello Games they're starting to branch out a little bit and bring new games into the market, which looks really cool. By the way, I don't know if anyone's tried it yet. I have not. I've only seen footage from other YouTubers, and it's really kind of cool. It has a really neat feel to it. it. It reminds me of the yarn.
What's that?
God, I can't remember the name of the game. It was like a strand of yarn.
Oh, yeah, with Yarny. Unraveled.
That's it.
Unraveled,
yes. It reminds me a lot like that, and you have to explore this world, and the character looks very, very similar.
He's got a bit of a Yarny
just
vibe.
A whole lot of great stuff.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah. It looks like a great game. I might have to play that when they announce what,
yeah, I can't wait. I'm definitely gonna get it as well. I think too. I think by doing this, like, it's a good move in for Hello Games to bring some positive attention towards Hello Games as well, outside of the No Man's Sky universe.
Yeah, a little fresh life, and change it up a little. They're not all just No Man. They're a creative company, and they can do lots of different things.
Yeah.
Exactly, and it's just the different types of skill set that the developers have that can create different games. These are all the people that have developed No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
And it's a very different game. Even though it's still an exploration and a thing, it's set in a kind of a 2D, two-dimensional sort of platform.
Mm-hmm.
It looks really tried out.
Yeah, I think it'll be killer. I know the lore alone, I think, in that game will be just as mysterious as No Man's Sky. I don't think they're going to hold your hand through it all. I think it's going to be kind of like a game like Journey. I remember Sean Murray in the early days saying that Journey was a big influence on him and on No Man's Sky. Like, just the idea of, not being told what to do, but just here's the controller, start playing, and you'll figure it out from there. And I think by the looks
non-linear
of it,
gameplay.
Yeah, it looks like it'll probably be the same type of thing. One of those indie type of games. Probably like a 6 to 8 hour, to beat probably type of thing. But I'm all for it, man. I think it's great. I think it's great that they've branched out and they've done not just another game, but like you were saying, another genre. It's not even a sci-fi, like a space game or anything. It's just a completely other genre. You got to remember too, their first game was that side-scrolling dirt bike thing. What was it called? Joe Dirt? No, not was it Joe Dirt? Yeah. Joe Danger. Joe Dirt was a movie. Yeah, Joe Danger.
And a funny one of that.
Yeah, that little blonde mullet of his. But so I mean, they've got a lot of different tricks in their bag. They're not just a one-trick pony. No Man's Sky being the biggest one, obviously, but I wonder if this means that in the future they're going to branch out and develop other games as well, other genre of games as well.
Yeah, and it kind of makes you wonder what the future of No Man's Sky will be like. Will there be an end to their updates?
Yeah, good point.
Play until it sort of fizzes out, and eventually people get tired of it and saw the new games. It's hard to say. I mean, the updates have definitely kept it fresh because even the experienced players, they've you want to put the time back into it and experience all the new things that they've added. This one in particular, they changed all of the resources, the plants, the plant names, all that stuff has changed, and so you have to learn it all. I mean, for the first week, I'm like, what do I put on my damn ship to make it go?
Yeah.
It's not the same, right? Launch fuel, there's no plutonium anymore, and what looks like plutonium isn't plutonium, and it doesn't get you any launch fuel. So that was different. I like it. I like the changes. I think they've actually changed it for the better. They've made some good improvements, even though it was a little bit of a drag at first, new names and so on. But I like it. I like how they've gone, and I like the direction each time they've made a change.
Yeah, I know some people, like you say, with like, I think the biggest kicker was like the galaxy resets and people losing bases on their home worlds, or their home worlds turning into a toxic world or something like that. But I mean, the amount of things that they've added for free and new elements to the game, that quickly washed away. You know, people were bitter for like the first hour or two, and then they were like, oh well, look at all this cool shit they just gave us, so who cares? You know. But
yeah, the name resets sometimes are a little bit of a crushing blow in a populated region, like say a hub or a larger civilization,
especially for those.
Yeah, but you know, I noticed with this last particular one that came out, if you had registered with HG, like they asked, you know, for larger civilizations and hubs, those names carried through. I fly through Amino Hub and some of the old cafe stomping grounds, and those names carried through. It took a little time with some bug fixes and updates, but those names are there. They're there still.
And they've put them on the map.
Yeah, like since I've got a system hub that I named pre-Pathfinder.
Oh wow.
And it's still there, the same name. The planets have changed and everything about it has changed, but the system name itself is still there, because you know they registered before the update came out and so on. So yeah, I mean it's a little bit of a drag, but at the same time, I mean they had to do what they had to do for the update of the game.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd rather go through that and then have all the new things they've added than have kept all those old things and not have any of these updates. I'd rather
you know the bugs in the game. Yeah, there's a few. You know, myself to try and get through some of the bugs that made some portions of the game unplayable. I just started the new. You know, and that worked out pretty good for me. And I think a lot of other people ended up having the same. Hopefully, you know, in the near future, you know, those game saves will be sort of fixed and I can play them again. Because I know I've got a lot of really cool ships on those game saves. I kind of like flying around. So cross our fingers and hope a good bug fix comes up, and maybe my name will be next on the Zendesk ticket fix list.
There you go.
Oh yeah, you never know.
And that's the thing, like that's another thing that we take for granted too. It's the constant work to fix those little things. It's not just the updates that we're constantly getting, which is awesome, but I mean, Hello Games is busy. Like they're constantly patching and fixing, you know, what they've already got, as well as developing new things.
It's kind of interesting because there's so many different bugs, and people suffer from all kinds of different bugs. It's not like every one is a common thing. Mm-hmm. It's almost like each game is a blueprint, an individual player or so on and so forth, and what you've done with that game up to the point means that a different bug fix seems to be necessary for each individual player. It just seems that way almost, because like some of the bug fix some get fixed and some, and why is that?
Each game is a blueprint. I like that.
You know, like each one is individual.
I like that.
I don't know about deep, but
I like that. I like that.
Well, each game save is somebody's character. You know, so. Good example was a game save issue that his game wouldn't save, and thus made it unplayable for him.
Yeah.
I had the exact same thing happen to me, only it got fixed, and my game was playable. So why did it work on mine and not genetic?
Yeah.
He's a different character with a different save. His blueprint is different for whatever reason. What worked for me didn't work on his game. I mean, I'm not a programmer, but it sure seems that way.
Yeah. Oh, it's a lot, and they're busy, like you say. I'm sure they have like a whack load of tickets that they need to get through still from previous updates, let alone current ones. But I mean, they're getting there. That's what they do. They put their head down. They work hard. I'm still amazed that they had time to take a small portion of the team, set them aside in a separate room somewhere, and build a new game. Like, I'm still blown away by that.
Yeah, you got to wonder how that got started. Was it like a casual sort of hobby that turned into a thing? Or was it, a conscious effort? Hey guys, we're going to make a new game, but we're just going to do it on the sun. And when it's done, it's done. There's just no, they didn't actually have a release date in mind. That actually sounds for developers to do, right? It takes so much pressure off the developers making these games if they have time to perfect it.
And I don't know if it was intentional or not, but I still believe, like, from a marketing stance, that it's just it's a great idea to put a new game out there that's not related to No Man's Sky, but it's from Hello Games. So if this game does well, if The Last Campfire does well and gets a great amount of feedback, positive feedback, it's going to draw attention to not necessarily No Man's Sky, but it'll draw attention to Hello Games. And then you might,
future
and then you
games.
might get some people that will say, you know what, maybe I'll try this No Man's Sky game that I keep hearing about, because The Last Campfire kicked ass. I'll try this. So from that point of view, it's brilliant. I don't know if that was their intention or what, but I think it's a great move to get some positive attention their way.
They're definitely in a step in the right direction, that's for sure. Because it looks like a great game. Hours of game time to beat it. It still looks like a great, fun game.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, entertainment value. Say the game is worth $50. How much would you pay for a night? Probably about the same, maybe a little bit more even.
Yeah.
So it all kind of works out in the end, right? Different entertainment. A game like that could be really, really worth its market value.
Yeah.
We definitely know No Man's Sky has been worth its market value. I've put a cent in since, and it keeps getting better. And I've played it for almost every day.
And that's the other thing too, right? Like, we don't have to pay for these updates that No Man's Sky gives us. They still have to pay their employees somehow. So I mean, again, like, you launch another game, another small game that can also in turn help fund current updates for No Man's Sky as well.
Yeah. I mean, what HG, No Man's Sky, and the free updates and all the content is pretty amazing. And at some point, you got to ask yourself, when are they going to start charging?
Yeah,
we would have thought of that last year.
Yeah,
we were like, yeah.
I would have gladly have paid for No Man's Sky Next.
Oh yeah,
after that trailer.
Think of
Yeah.
Oh sure, right. I mean, maps on first person shooter games, they cost money for months.
Everything.
Yeah. And to have a game just constantly putting this stuff out over the course of years, more than that, and they're still going strong. Great community, great updates, great content. It's just nothing to say, Even with the bugs, it's a fantastic.
It is. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's starting a new save, a lot of bugs, and I think because the new universe was ready to accept a new. I have noticed sometimes I try and join a game on somebody's new game save, it won't, and then vice versa.
Oh yeah.
But it doesn't always happen. I think it's because it's the new save, or the new game save. The files just don't.
Yeah, could be.
Right. But my older multiplayer with another old multiplayer that works.
Yeah.
Oh, I lost you there. You still there?
I'm still with you.
Oh, I'm still here. Okay.
We're still traveling.
Sorry, must
have... No worries. Well, speaking of the we mentioned the Christmas holidays coming up, and actually I'm super excited because every year I send a package to my niece and my two nephews. I've got three of them all together, and they're at the age now where they're really starting to get into gaming, and my sister-in-law, she has purchased them PS4. So right away she was asking me, what game should I get them? What's good? Blah blah blah. So I was like, oh, you let me take care of that. And I'm going out this week, and I'm buying No Man's Sky. I'm gonna buy them a bunch of things, but definitely in the pile is gonna be No Man's Sky. So
yeah.
What age?
That's a great game.
What age do you think is good for No Man's Sky? Like, because the oldest.
I would think. 14 and up. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm an old, right?
Yeah.
45 years old, and I love the game for its general casual atmosphere.
Yeah.
Serious. You just roam around doing things. I think it's a great learning experience for a younger crowd to get into a multiplayer game, but it's not necessarily competitive.
Yeah, the thing is,
you're not running around shooting. I mean, you can run around and shoot people, but that's not what we explore. There is PvP, excitement, and fun.
Yeah.
But it's really all about exploration.
Yeah, I'm worried they're not going to be as into it as us. I don't think they will be, but the oldest one is going to be, I think he's 11. And I was thinking, like, is 11 too young for No Man's Sky? I just mean like the learning curve that's beyond it. Like, obviously there's nothing
he'll learn
rated R in the game, but
fast.
I just thought, yeah, I just don't want them getting sick of it. Like getting to the point where it's like, what the heck? What is this thing I'm looking for? And like to charge whatever the hell I need, and then just give up on it because Fortnite's easy. Just point and shoot or something. But they're kids. Moving thing, and he'll probably play it, for a little while. Oh, they're getting it regardless.
Like every kid.
I'm throwing it in the box, that's for sure.
How could you go wrong with a great family entertainment game? Right?
Oh yeah.
It's typically a non-violent game.
Yeah.
Right. And really go wrong with that. It's like Minecraft. You're building wars and tournaments and fights and stuff, but it's all sanctioned,
and they do like Minecraft. Yeah.
So just a different way of things that you can build. Some people just join the game so they can build. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. I mean that is the good thing is you do whatever you want, right? So if that's, you want to go on and just fly your ship around, you can do that. You want to go on and build, mine, make money. There's so many things to do now.
As you always say, it's an open sandbox.
It is.
Right? Anything you want. Yeah. And I mean, I spend days just sitting on the trading post sometimes.
I was gonna say, I think there's a lot of things that people don't do in the game that they don't realize you can do. Like, I know when the game first dropped, I think everyone just thought it was nothing but, discoveries. It's a game, you just upload discoveries and that's it. But there were so many things where you can branch off and do basically your own thing. And this was even before Foundation, like just vanilla Sky. There was still little things to do that, whatever you wanted to do. I mean, I used to like just going exploring caves, and that was when caves weren't even that crazy, really, but they were to me. I loved them. I liked going in. Every time I found a cave, I was like, ooh, let's go in here. And it served no purpose. I wasn't getting a reward for it. I wasn't getting an achievement for it. But every day I would get up.
Entertainment value.
Yeah, it was just an adventure, like, let's see how deep this one goes, and away you went. But so I hope they get that.
And you can do something different every day.
Yeah. Exactly.
Whether it was flying from system to system or.
Dude, I still keep a book. I still keep a book beside me where I write out my agenda for the day. Like, here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I got planned. Yeah. And if I do 3 of those things on that list, I'm lucky, because I end up doing something else entirely. Like, it's nuts.
Well, I mean, the game is full of sidetracks, right? I mean, you could be out doing zoology, and all of a sudden, an S-class weapon module pops up. And
exactly. Or someone starts hailing you.
Changes everything.
A freighter needs help with some pirates, and you're like, yeah, okay, I feel like blowing someone up. Sure, I'll help you guys. Why not?
Yeah, right.
Nah, it's just
constantly distracted.
It is.
Oh God, I'd be lucky to finish one thing on my list. Constantly.
I remember one time someone was saying, like, they were going on about the lack of things to do. They were going, there's just nothing to do in this game. And I was like, have you tried moving? Because, I mean, even just walking requires you to have some elements, some resources, you know? Like, everything you do costs something. And, yeah, I used to say that to people. They'd be like, there's nothing to do. I'm like, try walking. Because as soon as you start walking, you're going to have to start gathering resources to recharge your suit. You're going to have to, you know, like, it just snowballs. And you end up doing 5 things at once.
Yeah, well, there's no linear path or storyline to follow either. I mean, there is a loose storyline,
yeah,
but you can follow it if you want, right? It's one of those games where it does not hold your hand. It doesn't tell you what the next step is, or even what your outcome when you get to there. It gives you some prompts. You go with the flow, and just try and survive. And as you gain a whole bunch of wealth and chips, and a little bit of fun along the way, you know, just enjoying some chill time, exploring, building. Maybe you like war or like genetic code. Maybe you want to do as many planets as you can. Good luck catching up to him. He's well over 1,000 at this point.
I know. He's the David Attenborough of No Man's Sky. I'm telling you, the David Suzuki.
Yes.
He's got to have his own nature program on No Man's Sky.
Oh.
But that's the thing.
For sure.
Like you can decide on your own like what you want to specialize in, you know?
Exactly.
It's incredible. It gives you that option.
Maybe you like all explorers, you know, or you know, maybe you just continuously find multi-tools. Who knows? There's so many different things to do out there in the game, helping others or just playing by yourself.
Oh yeah.
You can do anything.
Yep. Possibilities are endless. Just like the galaxies they've created within the game.
Yeah.
That was another thing. Actually, I remember early in the game, people everyone was like, you know, wanting to get to the center. And I remember there were certain streamers, and even at one point, I thought to myself, I'm like, I'm gonna start traveling backwards. Like, you know, let's go the other way completely, and see how big this galaxy actually is, and travel in the opposite direction.
Yeah. I've done that. Currently, one of my bases and civilizations that I'm playing with in the community, in the cafe, is at the edge of Euclid.
Well, the coffee region, right? Is that the one?
That's right. Yeah, it's spelled coffee. Koffee. Coffee band. And yeah, that's one of the places that we're hanging out these days. And it's this wonderful little region, and it's at the edge, at the very edge. In fact, if you look on Pehefu, you barely even see your own dot at the very edge. And it's way out there in the back. And there's lots of really cool stuff out there. I have to admit, I didn't know what to expect. Was it crappy stuff, or were you going to get some good stuff? Or is it going to be like everywhere else where it's average? I don't know, but it seems where we are, there's lots of fun stuff.
Right on. I do want to make my way there on PC at some point. Yeah.
Yeah, there's slowly, we're getting more PC players over there. Definitely seems to be the most popular. But I think there's slowly going to be getting some permadeath and survival players joining over there as well. And that'll be nice, right? Because, you know, when you think permadeath, people tend to think that, you know, got to get to the center. But there's a lot of really good, fun gameplay after doing that. You know, you might want to manually reload your game after crossing through center, getting your trophy, so that you can enjoy some permadeath life out there in Euclid, or for that matter, just continue onward.
See how long you last.
Yeah, well, I mean, I haven't started, believe it or not, I haven't actually started a permanent, but I do have, for me, I treat it, I guess, similar to what a permadeath save is like, even though I don't have the same death factor involved.
Yeah.
But yeah, I chose not to cross over, and I just wanted to hang out and Euclid and just help others with survival modes and permadeath mode. Now that I believe you can, I don't think you can still see each other's bases, but you can. I think you can help each other on those 2 modes. I'm not sure. I haven't really tested that out.
Oh, wow.
I'm not sure that it is specific than the last update. The last update used to be able to see each other's bases between survival and permadeath, but I think they've changed that now. You can still do that. I know you can't have a permadeath player join a survival player in multiplayer. That's a no-no. You can't do that.
Yeah, you gotta be in the same
something for
game mode. Yeah.
And creative. There's lots of creative out there.
Oh yeah.
Everybody loves creative.
Creative's just like that good. Not just a test mode to test out new things, but it's just good for like building and things like that. And
well, yeah. I mean, there's no cost. You just do what you do, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to go out and gather resources or mining or anything like that. You just play the game.
Yeah.
If you don't know if you're going to like the game or not, to just go out and try it out and see. And if you do, then maybe you might want to try permadeath.
Yeah.
Where resources mean an awful lot more, and mining and all the other aspects of the game, which some people would consider a drag or a grind. I like those kinds of things because slowly grind to better way of playing the game where you don't have to grind so much anymore.
I was gonna say that is the game. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like at the point.
I rarely mine anymore. I just buy everything.
Oh yeah.
You amass such wealth over time that you can afford to buy just about anything you want.
Mm-hmm.
And what you can't find it. Yeah. Those refiners have really improved the game. I do like that.
Oh, that was a great thing to add. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really like them. It's a stroke of genius, and it increased the resources that you are able to use at your disposal. So it increases the amount of things in the game just by simply throwing a refiner in there that changes one thing.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Oh yeah, right away when they added that, I was thinking, oh my god, this game's gonna be like Ark. It's going like full survival mode. We're gonna craft things and change elements into other elements.
It adds an element to mining.
Oh, it's so good, so good.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, you can get nanites. Like.
Oh yeah, that also is a big stroke of genius. Being able to buy platinum or elements and just make your own nanites, because there's just so many different ways of collecting nanites, whether you want to get it through or discovering systems at like 15 at a time, or maybe you just want to collect them from those crash pods laying all over the ground. Tons of ways to collect nanites. Buying is probably the easiest, buying platinum and refining it.
Yeah. Nah, it's a lot of fun. I love it. Before we go, I did want to ask you, because you were mentioning the different systems that No Man's Sky is on. Obviously, it's PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Yourself being an admin in the NMS Cafe and whatnot, have you noticed a lot of Xbox players making their way over, or is it still predominantly PS4 mixed with some PC?
There is... predominantly it's PS4. There are PC players that are slowly trickling in from various different, media outlets, like yourself, Twitter, and so on and so forth. The word is getting out. PC players, PS4 players, and Xbox players are starting to trickle into the cafe. We haven't got any Xbox yet. And it won't be long before they start exploring the rest of the galaxy and seeing what other civilizations are out there and what they have to offer in their area of space.
Oh, good. Yeah, I'd like to see that community.
Well, you want to play with somebody. Yeah, you want to play with other players in your community. Being able to group up in the same area is really, really fun. When I started a new save, a lot of that fun was starting it with another person who was also starting a new save, and it was more exciting. It was fun. You know, I would help them, and then they would help me, and we'd take turns back and forth, completing the mission. And it took no time at all. It was not a grind. It was more fun than it was a grind.
Right on.
Absolutely, I would do it again. I'm thinking of making a new account and starting a new save. Maybe even finally starting that long-awaited permadeath save.
Yeah, there you go. Dive in. Yeah. Permadeath's a lot of fun, but I still prefer.
Well, I know you'll love that. You've been playing that.
Yeah, I actually prefer. I've gotten so used to playing back on normal now that I prefer normal just for the more relaxed experience. But permadeath is definitely its own animal. It's wonderful. God,
yeah. It seems like the hairs are always in the back of your neck. You're always turning around or running from some kind of a.
You get complacent
in its own aspect. In its own aspect, it's a great game.
It is, yeah. It's definitely a fresh experience. That's for sure.
Yeah, I remember when I played creative for a while. Like you said, you get complacent, and then when I picked up normal again, even though pretty casual. Elements were starting to kill you. You're like, wow, what's going on? Oh my God, yeah. A plant got me. A whippet plant. Oh God, I forgot about those.
Oh yeah.
I know it's hard for you to forget. You got bit twice on a day. One of your permadeath saves.
Oh, that was the worst.
Exciting. That was a hard one. Yeah.
Twice in one day. Death by whippet.
Oh,
I still hate those little bastards so much.
Yeah, and it got you while you were driving too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Awful. Weeds from hell.
Yeah. Well, now they added more of them too, right?
I think so.
There's that much more to be careful.
Yeah. Well, my dude, I think I'm gonna run up there, make myself another coffee, get ready for today's stream.
Sounds like a plan.
Anyone listening to the show for the holidays, I think Christmas Eve is a Monday, right? So we're not going to do shows for those 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. There's 2 weeks where the holiday falls really close to the month.
Yeah. So I think we'll take a little holiday break for New Year's, for Christmas and whatnot. The stream will stay active. I don't know what days I'll be on or off, but we'll play that by ear. But we'll definitely be back with more NMS's Life. We'll be back with episode 25 actually to start the new year. How nice is that?
Hey, nice round number. You got
halfway to 50.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't believe we've done 24 of these already.
Yeah, man. So we'll be looking forward to the new year. We'll have some more guests on. We'll do what we do. We'll just talk No Man's Sky and just continue on loving this awesome game that they are constantly updating and is always in development. And we'll have more good conversations in the new year.
Right on. You bet. Nerd League forever.
Nerd League forever
is life.
That's right. So until then, my friends, we'll see you guys. I was going to say we'll see you next week, but we'll see you in the new year.
Indeed. Happy holidays, everybody. Thanks for tuning in this morning, and thanks for tuning in for NMS's Life. It's always a pleasure for me to speak to everybody and just sit down with Dylan and have him. This community is the greatest, and I appreciate every single one of you that happy holidays and have a great season. Until next time.
Happy holidays from our NMS's Life family to yours, and we'll see you in the new year.